Trump accused Democrats of, quote, seditious behavior, punishable by death, after Democratic lawmakers posted a video reminding service members they need not follow illegal orders. Dad, let's take a look at this video real quick. You ready?
I'm always ready.
You say that a lot.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us. You all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard
and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Okay, so that was the video, Dad, that triggered Trump's seditious behavior tweet, calling it, also saying that it was punishable by death. He also retweeted somebody that said, hang them, George Washington would. Dad, this is completely bonkers, right?
Yeah. All they were saying was obey the law and obey the Constitution, which is already mandated of the military.
Right.
The military must not obey illegal orders, just as they must obey legal orders. So all they're doing is reaffirming what is already established policy, and which is part of our democratic legacy. You adhere to the law and you adhere to the Constitution. The military no less than anyone else. And these are folks who should know. Most of them served in the military. The other served in the intelligence community. Where did Trump serve, Sam?
At Mar-a-Lago.
Yes, in luxury at Mar-a-Lago when all this was going on. I want to read you exactly what Trump has said.
Oh, God.
Because it is absolutely shocking. You know, hey, how many times have I used that word? You know, it's getting a little bit tired because virtually every day Trump does something shocking. And remember, this is the guy who was so concerned about so-called violence from Antifa, an organization that doesn't even exist.
And don't forget, post Charlie Kirk, a lot on the right were talking about how we need to stop the discourse that inflames political violence. This is not even inflaming political violence. This is just talking about and encouraging political violence.
Directly. This isn't even, by inference.
Right.
Here's what he said. After this video saying, obey the law and obey the Constitution, don't follow illegal orders, Trump wrote on Truth Social in response, quote, it is called seditious behavior at the highest level. In caps, seditious behavior at the highest level. Each one of these traitors, you know what a traitor is, Sam, under the law?
Tell me.
Someone who gives aid and comfort to the enemy in times of war, and you have to have at least 2 witnesses attesting to it and proving it. You know, the use of the word traitor is so outlandish, so out of place here, such an awful smear against these elected lawmakers. So he says, each one of these traitors to our country should be, and now this next is all in caps, arrested and put on trial. You know, just like the bogus indictment of James Comey, which is falling apart in front of the magistrate judge and the federal district court judge. He went on to say in another post, this is really bad, and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. So we can't allow it to stand that you are faithful to the Constitution and faithful to the law and do not follow illegal orders, which is already established policy in our military and our intelligence community. He then goes on to say in caps, seditious behavior from traitors, 3 exclamation points, lock them up, 3 question marks. Then in a third post he adds, seditious behavior, punishable by death, in capitals, with an exclamation point. Then he reposted a statement that said, hang them, George Washington would, in caps, double exclamation points.
Double?
Double.
Wow.
This is not the same time that Trump has advocated death to those with whom he disagrees, right?
Right.
We have the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley, Mark Milley, who had, after the January 6th insurrection, sent information to China saying, calm down, things are under control, we don't want anything to escalate internationally. Trump called him a traitor and said he should be punishable by death. And then he posted this video of another person who he regards as an enemy. I've never seen anyone with so many enemies. The very conservative former U.S. Representative Liz Cheney, the daughter of the recently late Dick Cheney, whose funeral was held today. And who wasn't invited to the funeral, by the way? Trump or J.D. Vance. He had a picture of her before a firing squad with multiple rifles being pointed at her. He posted a video of Joe Biden being hog-tied at the back of a truck. And this is the guy who's so worried, about inflaming violence.
Well, he's not. Come on, we all know he's not.
We all know that's phony.
I even think his supporters know that he doesn't mean that when he says it. He just says it for political reasons.
Exactly. And he does just the opposite. No president in our history has come as close to advocating and inflaming violence, including death to his political enemies, as Donald J. Trump. We have never seen this. And I've studied our history from the founding to the present. Let me give you an example of what happens when you obey illegal orders. There is an egregious, horrendous example of that. Do you know what that is, Sam?
Well, you told me earlier.
I did. So I kind of fixed it. The My Lai massacre during the Vietnam War, where Lieutenant Calley and others obeyed an illegal order to wipe out a village of civilians. You know how many people were killed in the My Lai massacre?
No.
Anywhere between 347 and 500, not armed combatants, but civilians killed because subordinates obeyed an illegal order. That's why it has always been the policy of our military and our intelligence community. Not only do you have a right not to obey an illegal order, you have a responsibility not to obey an illegal order because of the horrific consequences thereof. And it takes guts. You're putting yourself at risk, particularly in this administration.
Yeah, definitely.
If you challenge it and say this is an illegal order, I'm not going to obey it, that's going to go into the courts, and we'll see what might be the result of standing up against an illegal order. Even more astonishing.
Really? No.
Yes.
What's more astonishing than this?
It's not more astonishing,
Okay.
but I
Also astonishing.
I run out of words.
Right.
One of the ultimate Trump loyalists, Kathleen Leavitt, was asked about this.
Caroline Leavitt.
White House wrong.
White House press secretary.
Yes. So she gets up and she goes on this rant and says that the Democrats said that you should disobey a legal order.
Right. She was just lying.
Just lying through her teeth. You saw it.
Right. That's how we played it.
We have it on tape. They don't care. No. They don't care what the evidence is. They are going to lie through their teeth to protect themselves. And I don't know how she could lie like that. It's not just a minor lie. It's directly the opposite of what they were saying.
Yeah.
And she, reason Trump loves her is she does all this with a straight face. And
I guess so, yeah.
I guess, and like so many other women around Trump, she's quite attractive. But, this lying, you can't keep track of it. It kind of is the ultimate gish gallop. So not only does Trump totally misunderstand what it means to be a traitor. What it means to be a traitor is not to disagree with you. That's your constitutional right under the Fifth Amendment. What it means to be a traitor is not to be faithful to the law and the Constitution. That's exactly the opposite. These people served our country. They're patriots. Trump never served. No one in Trump's family has ever served. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But I don't think he has a lot of credibility when he points his fingers at people who have served our country and fully understand what it means to be a military officer or an intelligence officer.
I think this move by Democrats was genius. Finally, they're growing a spine. I think the video in and of itself is just really good, just reminding Americans and the American service members, like, hey, yes, Trump is the commander-in-chief, but he's not a king. This is not a dictatorship. You swore an oath to the Constitution. Don't forget that. Just a genius messaging in and of itself. And then on top of that, I feel like they must have known this was going to trigger Trump. And it did, and it worked. And now look what happens. Trump looks like, a psychopath, essentially.
A dangerous psychopath.
And, they casted it perfectly. All former service members or people who served. I think one of them was a CIA or FBI agent.
But most of them were active military.
Yeah.
A couple were in the intelligence community.
But yes, I think finally this is showing some good communication strategy from the Democrats. And I applaud them for this video because like we said, they're just saying what's legally true. Don't obey illegal orders. But they knew that Trump was going to flip his lid, and he did, and now he looks psychotic. Perfect move by the Democrats.
Absolutely. Finally, as you say, the Democrats are growing a spine and getting smart. The way you deal with Trump is not to attack him directly, although you should do that. But the most effective thing is to bait him and let him sink of his own accord. And that's exactly what this brilliant move achieved, as well as giving the Democrats a demonstration of a stiff spine and showing that they're on the moral high ground. It is not Trump who's on the moral high ground here. It's the Democrats. Thanks for watching our video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and become a member today.